Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, how are you today? Hope you in a good condition. So today I will explain you about the simple machines. So let me introduce myself first. My name is Rahma Hanifa from the IPSE 2019. Yes, and today I will explain you about the simple machines again. So let's start the explanations. So, what is simple machines? Before I explain you about the definitions, let me show you one pictures. Yes, so this is the pictures of the modern cars. So this is the supercars. And yes, this cars is consists of machines, very complex machines. But a complex machines is consists of a bunch of simple machines. Why? Because in the beginning, it started from the machine that's created by the car bands, and it have different wheel, right? Because wheel also develop. So this picture is the picture of the development of wheels. So wheels and exle is the one types of the simple machines. So what is simple machine definitions? Simple machines are basic mechanical devices for applying a force and doing work. More complex machines are made up of a bunch of simple machines. So simple machines can add the force to help a human doing their activities because humans have the limitations. And like I said before, that more complex machines like in the supercars is made up of a bunch of simple machines. So this is for these explanations, I'm not only explain you the simple machine based on the physics only, but also from science, math, technology, and also the engineering. For the science, it's about from the physics and biology view, and for the math is about how to calculate the formula and how to calculate the mechanical advantage, and for the technology it is about the applications of simple machine itself, and for the engineering it's about how to design the catapult. So let's jump to the first view is about science. So it's view from the physics and biology. First, I will explain you the type of simple machine. So for the simple machine, we can divide it the type of simple machine based on these four types. First is the lever. The second one is about the inclined plane. The third one is the pulley. The fourth one is the wheel and axle. The fifth one is about the gear. Lever is consists of three types or three classes. First class is when the fulcrum in the middle. So the example of the first class is the seesaw. And the second class or the third class is when the load in the middle. And for the example is the common cart. And the third class is when the effort in the middle of the lever. The example is the shovel. So the lever it has three classes. And not only in the tools, our body, human body, it also have the lever in our body. So the first time is when we raise our head. So in this fulcrum in this middle area, but our neck muscle is like the effort that not doing the efforts, and in this area our skeletal mold is as the load or the weight. And the second one is when we extended our foot by tip 2. So this is the fulcrum area and the middle is the load area, and this is the effort area. And the third one, the third class, is when we lift some weight, our bicep, also about the lever in third class. So in the third class, in this area, the forge is in the middle. So we next to the other types. The second type is about the inclined plane. So what is inclined plane? An inclined plane is a flat surface with one end higher than the other. This allows for a heavy object to slide up to a higher point rather than to lift it. It is generally easier to slide something than to lift it. So for the example is the slide and the ramps. So basically, the inclined plane have types also. First is the ramps. What is the ramps? Is flat supporting surface tilted at an angle with one end higher than the other, so it can move the heavy objects. And the second one is the wedge. What is the wedge? Is a simple machine used to push the object apart. So it can push the object apart because it has a thin surface. And for the screw, what is screw? Screw is an inclined plane wrapped around a pole, and the example of screw is screw itself. And we have inclined plane in our body. So this is our teeth. In our body, teeth as our incisor. So the function of incisor is to cut food, to enable articulate speech, to help to support the lip and maintain an aesthetic appearance. So the teeth is the example of inclined plane in our body. So for the next type is pulley. What is pulley? Pulley is a type of simple machine that uses a wheel with a groove in it and a rope. The rope fits into the groove and one end of the rope goes around the load. Pull on the other end. The pulley helps you to move the load or change direction of the forge. So the examples is cranes, flagpoles, and window. And we also have pulley in our body. It's in our patella. So in musculoskeletal system, a pulley is formed by bone, cartilage or ligament, and muscle tendon. The major purpose of the patella in our body is to act as an anatomic pulley, changing the line of pull and increasing the leverage, also the forge. And the other types of simple machines is the wheel and exle. Like the beginning, it's about the cars. It's apply the wheel and exle concepts. So what is the wheel and exle? Is a machine consisting of a wheel attached to a smaller axle, so that these two parts rotate together, in which a force is transferred from one to the other. So for the example is screwdriver, a water wheel, and a skateboard wheel. We also have wheel and axle in our body. It's about the connection between our shoulder and hand. The connection between shoulder and the hand from the wheel and axle arrangement in musculoskeletal system. So this arrangement enhances the range and speed motions. The head of the humerus represents the axle, and the hand represents a segment of wheel. And the last type of the simple machine is the gear. A gear is a wheel with identical teeth around its edge. Gears can be connected together by a change, or they can be meshed directly together. Gears can be used to change speed, torque, or the directions of rotations. So the example of the gears is powered wheel, chair, and sleeve. And we can find the gear in the animal body. It's about the teeth of insects. Actually, it's about the nymph of insects. So the gear can be found in the flightless young warring insect, have a row cuticular gear teeth around the curved medial surface of their two hind-leg trochanthera. So it's all about the science, and we move to math. So what's its math in the simple machines? It to how to calculate the formula and mechanical advantage. So math in simple machines can help us to calculate the formula and the mechanical advantage because both of them is math equations. So this is for the example of formula. It's the Liver formula that force times to the force arms is equal to weight or load times to load arms. And for mechanical advantage, what is mechanical advantage? Is the ratio of output force to input force. So for produce the bigger output force, we need a bigger mechanical advantage, and we can use the formula. And it have different formula for each type, and this is the example of mechanical advantage for the lever. Okay, this is about the math, and this is our technology. The technology about the simple machines. So what is technology? Technology is the application of scientific knowledge. So this is the applications of simple machines in our daily life. There are many technology that use the concept of the simple machines, but the example first is the crane. It apply the concept of the lever is the first type because the fulcrum is in the middle, and the next is zipper is apply the inclined plane concept, and the jar bottle is apply the screw concept. So about the elevator and how the high cells, it's also a concept apply the concept of simple machines. So this is how the elevator works. So a wheel used to transmit power or force by means of a belt, rope, or cable is called a pulley. So the definitions of pulley. And pulley can be combined in a variety or arrangement to change directions or magnify efforts in lifting a load. And single pulley, ignoring friction and the elasticity of the rope, the effort with which the rope is pulled is equal to the weight of the load. So this is the elevator and use a single pulley. A cable running over the pulley at the top of the elevator shaft changes the direction of the cars. And the last is about the engineering. I will explain you about how to design the catapult because me and my friends already designed the catapult and made it. So for design the catapult, this is our design. This is our picture of our design. So what is catapult? A catapult is a type of machine that using as a weapon to throw rock, but in this case we use the wood and we throw the tennis ball. So the catapult that we made was apply the principle of the first class of lever because the fulcrum in the middle and the load is the end, and the other end we have the efforts. And how to design it so it will be effective if we use the formula of mechanical advantage. The mechanical advantage formula is the force arms divided by the load arms. So we extended the force arms and we make the load arms shorter. So this is how we design the catapult. Everything is done. So I will say sorry if there are any mistake from my presentations, and also thank you for your attention. Thank you for watching. See you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.